Hi, my name is Logan Elmer, and this is my week 2 project. What media piece did I decide to work on? What I went with is the Sony PS Vita ad, touch both sides for added enjoyment. Um, this ad doesn't work. I mean, in terms of, yeah, there's a girl with two set of breasts on her front and back, so it makes sense in that department, but it's a video game console, and you don't, or a handheld console, and you don't want to make it appeal to one small group of people. Um, that this might work for, and you want it to appeal to a more broad spectrum and be a positive ad. You don't want your company having ads that look like this out there, and it makes it seem inappropriate and childish to have to rely on these techniques, um, at least in such an obvious way. It's not being clever or subversive at all. So what should we do to fix it? Um, my idea is we show an ad that is following different people of different races, different genders, appealing to everybody. Um, we'll start on one single person with a cut of their shoulder up above, and like they pick up their Vita and they head out the door. And each time it's going to transit a smooth transition to another person, and they're all going to be meeting up at work, or like lunchtime, or something to do where they can all meet up. And we can have a picture-in-picture shot showing all of the different games that each of them are playing and how this demonstrates the wide catalog that Vita has. As I said, with all the smooth transitions and no jump cuts, this will make it easier to look at. And it classes it up a bit. It looks better if you don't have jump cuts all over the place, and it ends up tying together. It makes the ad seem more clever, appealing to another portion of people. We want the ad to seem mature and like it can appeal to adults, because I know adult gamers in particular can be very critical of when, like, oh, that's childish. Like, a big problem with Nintendo is a lot of their ads demonstrated children playing games targeted at a younger demographic. If we show games like Monster Hunter or Final Fantasy and some of those deep JRPGs and the like that Sony has, that can bring some of those older gamers back and say, hey, this is a mature handheld that I can take on my way to work, or if I'm on a car ride or something along those lines. Our big part of the brain that we want to access is the emotional feeling part of the brain. And we will do this by seeming relatable, showing everybody going to work, which is something the majority of the populace does, so already relatable. And when we show them meeting up at the end, it's going to help demonstrate the social part of gaming, which is another emotional part of your brain, is through those social experiences. Games bring people together, and we cooperate, so it definitely, and it gives you memories, which are all parts of your feeling portion of your brain. Cialdini's influence/persuasion. We want to utilize consistency. We want to show that Vita can be taken and used in almost location available. If we show someone taking a train to work, that shows, oh, that's something to do. And maybe instead of playing on my phone, browsing the internet, I can hook up with a friend that we were playing last night and finish this small mission in Monster Hunter, or whatever. Showing that we have a wide variety of games that appeal to multiple people. Shows consistency. Gamers like to see a depth of content, and this would show. Motivational theories. The expectancy theory. People will look forward to meeting players with the same handheld. It's always cool when you run into something. Like I was at a store last night, and I have a Pulp Fiction Bad Mother Effer wallet. And I met someone who recognized it, and that's cool that someone recognized that wallet from that movie. And it's the same thing with games. You say, oh, hey, you got the Vita too, what do you play on it? And you make a new friend. Appealing to that feeling part of the brain. Again, intrinsic theory is what we also use. It will show that you're having fun playing this Vita. You're getting a lot out of it. You're meeting people, you're getting to experience new games with new stories. It's a new toy. Everybody loves a new toy. So what should our tagline be? My suggestion would be, wherever you go, you can bring Vita. So, like I said, train to work, ? Vita. It highlights the accessibility of the system and shows that it's easy to use. It's not some complex device that you pick it up, you're not gonna be able to figure it out. Like my dad, if I show him a controller, he doesn't know what to do. If we show that the system is simple, it'll draw more people in. New call to action. The original ad doesn't really have one that I mean, maybe it's like, go find a girl with 2 sets of breasts, and the Vita will help you do that, maybe? I don't know. My suggestion would be get out there and meet someone. It helps reinforce our emotional part of the brain that is suggesting social experiences. We want players to get to know each other. This creates more groups playing, a more positive community, and they're enjoying the system. They're doing all of these things because our company made this product. And on top of helping people feel good, it's going to help us feel good because, they made new friends. That's a good thing to do. So, why do I think all of this work? Zane Clace, I think is his name. I found an article online. It was a personal blog. But he says that video games are intertwined with neuromarketing. He suggested that there's 3 big things that video games do are like quest giving and all of that stuff. Bring these neuromarketing techniques like intrinsic rewards. You're completing quests, so you're getting things for doing them. Another big one was brand loyalty. He says if you have all of these memories on Sony products playing with your friends, that's going to make you more biased to getting more Sony products in the future. So if a bunch of people got together on Vita, when the PlayStation 4 came out, maybe they all got Sony products. They got a PlayStation so they could play together. That helps us in the long run instead of them getting Xboxes. It's a group of 3 friends and all 4 of them got PlayStation. That's $1,600 right there. So the original piece was shallow and repulsed more people than it inspired. It's gone down as one of the worst ads in history, and we don't want to make that mistake again. It makes the piece relatable and demonstrates exactly what the Vita is about. It's accessible, it's about connecting with people on the go, and having a deep catalog of games on a mobile handheld device. Gamers love consistency and a steady flow of content. The biggest downfall of any video game today is a lack of content. While I look at games critically and I can appreciate what there is, not everybody is about that. They don't care about the critical thing. They want a lot to do. They want hundreds of hours of content. And so showing that we have lots of games that can meet those needs will cinch that up. We aren't going to lose those players who are worried about not having content. We're social creatures, and showing that Vita can make you new friends helps with those social experiences. We want people to make those new friends and spread the good word about the Vita. And lastly, our tagline and call to action are about connecting people through accessibility of the Vita, fitting with our theme of bringing players together. Thank you for listening. Have a nice day.